All right, my friends. While I've got a few minutes here, I'm going to sneak in the question of the day. Again, if you've been following, you know what I'm talking about. I cut up like 300 questions into little strips of paper, and we just draw one every single day that I'm here at the office and answer it live with you. And as always, I want you to respond back and tell me your answer. So, today's question is drum roll, please. When you are 80 years old, what will matter to you the most? When you are 80 years old, what will matter to you the most? I really like that. Yeah. If I had a conversation with my 80-year-old self, or vice versa, if my 80-year-old self could have a conversation with me, what would that conversation sound like? What words of wisdom would I be able to glean from my future self? So I think likely what's going to matter to me, we don't have to look far because there's a great book out there. Um, oh gosh, what is it? The Five Regrets of the Dying. I know it sounds like a morbid title, but it's a fascinating book. If you haven't checked that one out, definitely do it. The top five regrets of the dying. And so, by evidence of stories and examples like that, we don't have to look too far of what most people say, looking back at their life, matters, especially when they're on their deathbed. And so, for me, I think it's a real simple answer. I want to know that I lived a full life. I want to know that I made an incredible impact on others, especially my family and my close friends and those that I do business with. I want to know that I left the world better than I found it, and hopefully sparked some motivation and inspiration in others, so it becomes that ripple effect, that trickle down cascading type effect. But more than anything, what matters to me the most is my time with my family, with those that I care most about, and creating memories and experiences and creating as many firsts as possible, because there's so much life to live, and in the grand scheme of things, we don't have that much time, and none of us are obviously promised tomorrow. So just knowing that I was present, knowing that I did everything for my family, their family, generations, being that kind of generational game changer, if you will, and having a legacy. And they often say to the effect of that, inheritance is the material, the physical items people leave behind, but legacy is the emotional intelligence, the intellectual property, in other words, that you left inside of someone else, that intellectual property, how you changed them, how you inspired them, things that they'll always remember and pass down to other generations from you. And so I want to know that I mattered, I left it better than I found it, and then I did everything I could to create an amazing life, an amazing world full of experiences and memories for my family and people that I spend the most time with. And that's really it. And that's a great wake-up call for many of us with questions like that is, what are you stressing over right now? What are you frustrated? What's keeping you awake at night right now? And is that thing even going to matter in 6 months to a year? Will you even remember that in 6 months to a year? But right now, it just seems like the biggest thing in the world. And keeping that perspective of what are we hustling? What are we grinding? What are we working so hard for at the end of the day if we don't carve out the time to create those experiences and memories with those we care about the most? Like, what's it all for? You can't take money to the grave with you. So be present. Be present wherever you are in that moment. So anyways, not to get all preachy about it, but I would love to hear your answer to this question. When you are 80 years old, what will matter to you the most? What are those stories? What's that intellectual property that you're going to pass down and create a legacy out of? I would love to hear your answer to this question. I've got to run, get on a call, but I hope you guys have a great day and a great weekend.